what kind of president does Nigeria need?
One that is truthful, one that really shows that he has the interest of the masses at heart. One that is willing to do everything possible for us to be self-independent, to be productive, not to be consumers like the Holocaust. Yes. One that has human sympathy, one that is not the devil, one that is not over-religious, but has love for humanity. That's the kind of president I want to see. One that you will look at and be proud as the Nigerian. Yes, that is my even president. Yeah, that's the kind of president I would like to see.
And so do you see those qualities in Mr. Peter Obi?
Yes. Amongst the bunch, I'm not going to lie to you now. I can't lie. Yeah, I do. I really do.
And do you
with my whole chest.
And do you see them in the current president?
Is that supposed to be a joke?
No, it's a direct question.
It's a direct question. No, I don't. And that's a direct answer.
Just to stretch it a bit further, why would you say so? Some would say that he's moving the country in the
right opinion. That's just my opinion. You ask me a question, I answer. Don't ask me the why.
And pardon me, sir, and the difficult decisions he's taking, if Mr. Peter Obi or Mr. Atiku Abubakar had won the election in 2023, they would have been taking similar decisions.
Next question.
All right, Kyrie, you have the floor now.
You won't find out something from my mouth, eh? Because you see, part of the problem that we have today is that there are no consequences for bad behavior. Do as you like. It's like we're running a motor park kind of government. I don't know. But it smells, it has this bad odor. Okay? Do as you like. Anyhow, just if 1 million people die, it's not your business. Just anyhow. But who do anyhow? One day, him go sick. Anyhow.
You proud? Are you proud of this government? Are you proud of Bola Tinubu as your president? If someone were to ask you this, assuming that you traveled from Nigeria to, let's say, the United States, for example, and someone meets you at the airport, maybe you're coming off at the JFK airport, and somebody says to you, "Oh, Nigerians, you guys are great. Your president." Would you say you are proud of your president? Question the interviewer asks them is this: what kind of president would you say Nigeria deserves or Nigeria needs right now? It says a truthful president, someone with interest of the people, one willing to do everything for us to make us independent. It says one with human sympathy, love for humanity, one you will look at and be proud of. That is your president. And then he says, Peter Obi is the president Nigeria will be proud of. The question I ask you is Peter Obi going to be a president that you will be proud of? Or are you proud of the current president that we have in Bola Tinubu? Which one is your take? Are you proud of Tinubu as your president? When you see Bola Tinubu, who's been declared the president by the court, would you say that is the best among the bunch that participated in the 2023 election and that you're proud that he is your president? Has he done everything possible to secure the lives and properties of Nigerians? Has he done everything possible to stop the killings in Benue State, in Kogi State, in Edo State, in Kwara State, in Abuja? Has he done everything possible to stop Nigerians from being displaced in their homes, killed in the middle of the night whilst they sleep, burnt alive? Some of them you cannot even remember or recall who they are. Has it done everything? Does it have human sympathy? Does the president have human sympathy enough to come back from France where he went for his own healthcare and the Nigerians had died, but he never went there to go pay homage to the people, to the communities, to see how they're faring? Is that the kind of president you say you're proud of? Are you proud of Bola Tinubu as your president today? It says this government is like we're running a motor park kind of government. It says Bola Tinubu's government smells. It has a bad odor. For a citizen to describe the government of his own country that way, it reflects what the people of that nation thinks of the president. A president that no one likes. A lot of people apart from those in government and those benefiting from him, the majority of Nigerians look at this government and say, we're not proud of it. And I will tell you some reasons why. Again, and I ask you, when you look at this Bola Tinubu's government, will you say it is a government with sympathy for Nigerians that is doing everything possible to make sure the lives and properties of Nigerians are secure, to make sure there's food, to reduce the crisis, the food crisis we're faced with in Nigeria right now? Are you proud of this government? I'm asking you the question because Charlie Boy mentioned the kind of president what we deserve, that we should have. I want to let you know why Nigerians look at this government and think, no, they're not. When they look at the economic hardship of the nation, the fuel subsidy, the rising cost of living, the way they devalued the Naira, the level of unemployment and underemployment that is going on in Nigeria, where businesses are folded because the policies of the government have not worked and people have lost their jobs and people are struggling to feed on a daily basis. Are you proud of this government? When Nigerians look at this government, they think a government filled with corruption and cronyism, where there's allegation of personal corruption every day. A government you can look at and a president you can look at, and you still cannot tell how he made his wealth. Recently, they asked Amechi and they asked Wike, how did you make your money? And they couldn't tell Nigerians. So when you look at this crop of politicians, who's the best among the bunch? Charlie Boy says it's Peter Obi. Look at the poor governance and leadership of this government. Is it one that you're proud of? Their weak responses to insecurity, their ineffective reforms. They're saying they're doing reforms, but it's not working. It is training more and more people into poverty. And they're so disconnected that they come to tell us every day because all they care about is re-election. Look at the 2023 election. Are you proud that the way this government came into being, would you say they won the election or would you say it was rigged? And because of the way they came in, are you proud to call this president your president that is still looking for approval as it goes outside to the rest of the world? Do you not know that most companies that are big, multinational companies, have decided to leave our nation because when they look at this government, they cannot see the way forward? The government that promised to come in and continue with the legacy of Buhari and has even done worse than Buhari did, where there's no real change, where we have the same people, the same policies, the same faces. So are you proud of this government? I'm asking you, as a youth, do you think that this government is connected with you? Because there's a lot of youth disillusionment, where young people in this day and age cannot look at the government and say, I'm proud, I want to make my son look like and be like the president of Nigeria. So I ask you, when you look at this president, how do you feel? Are you proud of this government? In spite of the propaganda, and the poor communication, they're constantly sending propaganda statements outside, thinking that that would make Nigerians be endeared towards them. This is one of the main reasons Nigerians look at this government and say, a government that lacks accountability, and they try to control the media to tell us what we need to think. Nigerians say they cannot trust a government like this. So I've come to ask you the same thing Charlie Boy said. Do you agree with him that this government feels like we're running a motor park kind of government? It says it stinks. It has a very bad odor. If somebody were to ask you today, are you proud of Bola Tinubu as your president? would you say? When you look at this government and the person heading this government, would you say you're proud of this government? We are proud of being Nigerians, but when we look at our president, would we say we are proud of this president? We deserve a president with a genuine heart for Nigerians. The one that looks at Nigeria and says we deserve better. One that would build good hospitals, good roads, good schools, housing for those people, set the processes in the right order so that Nigerians can start to follow process to grow. Put good policies in place. In spite of the fact that this government copied all of MKO Abiola's 1993 Hope agenda on policies, he's not been able to effect one. So when you look at Peter Obi on one hand and Bola Tinubu on the other hand, who would you say you'll be proud to call your president? Again, I ask you, when you look at Peter Obi on one hand and Bola Tinubu on the other hand, based on Charlie Boy's comparison, would you say you're proud to call Peter Obi your president? Or would you say you will still call Bola Tinubu and you're proud of him to be your president? Who do you think will move Nigeria forward? Answer the question in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe if you've not done so. Remember to recommend this channel to others. Charlie Boy said something. We're looking forward to a better Nigeria. We want a better Nigeria for everyone, where we have good schools and we can go home and be safe in our home and travel length and breadth of the beautiful country called Nigeria. I know we are safe from the hands of kidnappers and bandits. As always, God bless you. I'll catch up in the next video. Bye bye for now.